Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Sunday, April 28th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 2024. A moderate duration M3.7 solar flare just kicked off the sun, partially Earth-facing, and there was solar dimming. So a coronal mass ejection is headed our way. Keep calm. It's boom time. Multiple fatalities after a night of tornadoes and storms in the Midwest. The threat continues today and this evening. Nocturnal tornadoes tore through Oklahoma, where the governor signed an executive order on Sunday declaring a disaster emergency. Holy macaroni. I don't know if you've seen some of the footage here, but at least 4 killed in Oklahoma tornado outbreak as the threat of severe storms continue from Missouri to Texas, the nexus of the Schmexus, as daylight reveals the devastation in Sulphur, Oklahoma. I don't think we need the creepy background music. But crews have been searching through the rubble to find anyone who may be trapped. Take a look at the postal van there. The entire downtown of Sulphur, every business was destroyed. Some of them completely eliminated from the map. Now, the sheriff's office has asked people to stay away from Sulphur unless you're a first responder or in the media, as the people pick up the pieces of their tattered lives. We have tons of footage over on X, on our former Twitter channel at Diamond the Dave. And so here we can see some more damage in Sulphur. That same town we were just looking at, absolutely devastating there. A complete loss of downtown. Every business has been destroyed, as well as the lives of many people. That's the same video.
In Sulphur, Oklahoma, are waking up to a completely different town. This is the downtown core, where a nocturnal nightmare tornado tore through. And the force is incredible. You have these postal trucks flipped and tossed like they were toys. You might be able to see an orange X. Rescue crews have been going through, sweeping this entire area, this downtown core, hunting and looking to make sure they're not missing anyone. The X meaning that car is clear. Buildings, businesses wiped completely away from the force of these extreme winds. People are out for the first time seeing this.
What an absolute tragedy. Here are some images from Marietta, Oklahoma, where another tornado appears as if cars and semis were tossed off the interstate last night next to the Dollar Tree. Absolutely insane, the amount of damage. Look at this. It's just missing. All this debris. Very sad state of affairs there. Look at that. This is the Dollar Tree that was impressively shredded to bits. And a massive Dollar Tree at that. Look at that. Wow, this must be a Dollar Tree warehouse. Holy macaroni. No wonder they're going bankrupt. So clearly, scenes of devastation. Here we have before and after photos. This is what Sulphur Springs looked like 2 days ago, and this is what it looks like today. Our prayers and our hearts go out to those that are affected. It's going to be a bad year. Colorado snow totals. Here's how much fell across the state. It was pretty impressive. 2 feet in many areas, but a significant spring snow brings much needed moisture to the high country. Here we can see the last 72 hours in the west, and we're still getting snowpack up in those higher elevations, which is good news for the river season and good news for the reservoirs and lakes, including Lake Mead and Lake Powell, which continue to fill. Quick look at the GFS model. Let's take a look and see where the severe weather threat is moving through. East Texas currently is the threat, and these storms are going to explode in just about 6 hours. Later on tonight, Monday morning, we're going to have another explosion of dangerous storms in Arkansas and in the center of, look at that, down into Louisiana. That is going to be bad news for the next 12 hours. So heed the warnings here. As we take another look, let's go look at the snowfall totals here, moving through spring. Here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see that during the week, a system is going to be continuously dumping snow in the high elevations from the Pacific Northwest all the way down into the south of Colorado. That's good news. We need that. Snow continues through May. Here's the first 2 weeks of May. Hey. So Al Gore is not happy. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. No bunt cake for Al. Seismic update. Oh, let's take a look at the weather forecast before we hit this. Severe weather and excessive rain from the southern plains to the Mississippi Valley. A cluster of severe storms are possible through early tonight, with the most concentrated threat for wind damage, large hail, and a few tornadoes from the Arklatex southward to East Texas, the nexus of the Schmexus. We just showed you where those storms are about to pop up, so heed the warnings, Louisiana and Arkansas. These storms might also bring heavy rains and may result in isolated scattered flash flooding. Above average temperatures will spread from the Midwest into the mid-Atlantic into the early week. What a tweak. Now back to the seismic update, as we do have a coronal hole warning for seismicity increase over the next 4 or 5 days. Some activity at the mid-ocean ridges, 4.6 here at the Triple Junction. We also have some activity here in Tonga. Nothing out of the ordinary and low-level activity worldwide, but we are waiting for that coronal hole enhancement, and we'll get to that in just a moment. As we move on to worldwide volcano news, Tofua in the Tonga Islands, there is a new thermal sign, and clearly there is magma pushing out of that volcano currently. Take a look at this Ibu volcano in Indonesia. An above-average explosion today sent ash up to 16,000 feet. Well, and I'm sure rumbled some nerves. Popo to 19 today, Semeru to 14, Sabancaya to 22,000 feet, Liwa Tobi puffing to 6,000, Reventador, 14,000-foot puff. Semeru, 14,000-foot puff. Popo, another 20,000-foot puff today. Shivalush, exploding to 15,000 feet. And Poas, coming in on the list. As we take a look at the latest space weather news, a M3.7 solar flare, moderate duration. Let's take a look at the full play. It began as we started the show and is now stopped, so it lasted for over an hour up in the moderate M range. What does that mean for us? Well, there was some coronal dimming, so that means that a coronal mass ejection is probably headed our way. And a further update tomorrow, once those plasma models come in from ISWA and the WSA NWOL. They obviously are not updated. This flare just occurred. Currently, KP is down into psychic realm, so you should have seen a lot of chemtrails today. And that flare came out of this reactive region 3654, which is about to turn away from geoeffective. The big worry is these 3 coronal holes, which in 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours, will begin that seismic watch for the entire planet for some pretty large seismic activity over the next 3 to 5 days, because these coronal holes will be geoeffective starting in just about 12 to 24 hours. So buckle up. We could be seeing some seismic activity as well as a coronal mass ejection headed our way in the next 3 days. It's boom time. Spacecraft approaches a metal object zooming around Earth and snaps footage. There it is. There's the object in question. And if you don't know what it is, well, it's a piece of a rocket, just a section of it. Just a gigantic 50-ton piece of space debris, one of millions of them that at any moment could cause a catastrophe, a cascading catastrophe. This mission is part of Japan's Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, which is Japan's NASA counterpart, Commercial Removal of Debris Demonstration Project, which seeks a proven way to remove problematic space junk from Earth's orbit. A collision involving a large object like this can create thousands more pieces of debris, stoking a domino effect of larger impacts. And that is what they're trying to prevent. But eventually that will happen, and very bad things will occur. So hopefully the sun will super flare and take all the satellites and debris out of the sky in one foul swoop. What say you? Leave a comment below. If you didn't know, our good friend Willie Soon has been at the Doctors for Disaster Preparedness annual conference for years. He's one of the keynote speakers often, and he'll be speaking again this year. The DDP 2024 annual meeting is in El Paso, Texas at the Marriott El Paso, July 5th to 7th. We will link you below for meeting registration, hotel reservations, and the such. And it is looking like a great show. Willie Soon, Michael Connolly, Ronan Connolly, Gerald Pollack, PhD, and Patrick Moore, and a bunch of amazing other names are going to be at the event this year. It's not that expensive, and if you're in the El Paso area and disaster preparedness interests you, check out the DDP 2024 annual meeting. Now check this out. A mix-up over bioengineered tomatoes sparks fears about the spread of GMO crops, specifically because Baker Creek was selling GMO seeds. Purple Galaxy tomato is a genetically modified tomato which uses Snapdragon genetics crossed with a tomato. And they blatantly put it on the cover of their catalog, and they sold the seeds as organic, non-GMO heirloom seeds. You know how to avoid overpriced seeds like Baker Creek that are actually GMO? You buy seeds from our affiliate, the Alliance of Native Seed Keepers, where all of these seeds are heirlooms. They're old, and they've been saved for decades and hundreds of years. Over 236 varieties in stock, half the price of Baker Creek, and none of them are GMO. Use coupon code ORP2024 for 10% off. Buy $25 or more, and it's free shipping. You can't go wrong. With the big guys, they did go wrong. There's still time to buy Crow Canyon Petroglyph Tour tickets. One of the most epic petroglyph experiences anywhere on Earth. The best known collection of 16th to 18th century Navajo petroglyphs. You want to know about the Diné and the Denata? We're going to have some interesting analysis at the main panel, and we're going to see all of the petroglyphs in the entire Crow Canyon wash. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Good news, both of the channels that were removed, Yurt Life and Sacred Geography, have been reinstated. YouTube claims it was an error. Please hit the thumbs up. It helps with the Al Gore rhythm. No bun cake, Al. And be safe. We'll see you soon. And that's a boo.